Greetings, humans! Greetings and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, people. That is, in fact, where bears live. Don't you know, it's 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree. They'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show by a bear. Good to have all of you here with us today. Your emotional support animal. I almost forgot. Gosh dang it. Again. You know, beer literally tries to... What the heck is this? Well, I don't know what the hell that is. Bear tries to get here, you know, on time and ready to go. Sometimes Bear is running behind, chasing the bus, chasing the trailer, whatever the case may be, trying to catch up as he can. So, good to have all of you here with us for another fun-filled episode. Why on the beach does Bear need a swimsuit? Well, you know, I mean, to be, what would you call that? Be kind of, a little bit modest, I suppose. A little bit modest. Number one. Number two, hey, listen. You know, I don't want to make all the other bears and humans out there on the beach jealous either. So, you know, you gotta put... Why is that the first thing that people see? Oh, there's a lovely bear on the beach enjoying some fireflies. Look at that smile on his face. P-Money just goes straight to the crotch. Straight to the crotch, man. I don't know why, but here we are. Well, I'm glad you're here, P-Money, because we're part 2 of our 18-part series on black dandies. We will continue here tonight for you good folks. Let's go ahead and just bring up... Where did I find that at? I have no idea. Where was it at? I have no idea. No, not that one. Where was it? Did I delete it? I must have deleted it. I got rid of it as soon as Oh no, here we go. Oh, finally. Ah, thank goodness. I was worried that I threw away my Met Gala black dandy situation out here. But no, I did not. No, I did not. There's dead behind the eyes Teresa Thompson and whatever the hell she's wearing. So glad to have you all here for part 2 of an 18-part series on the exploration of black dandyism. No, I don't, but enough of that, Bear. How are they? I'm not gonna go... Listen, that's not this kind of show, man. It's not this kind of show. Man, oh shivets, people. I am way behind here and, trying to climb up that tree and just keep falling on his buttocks here. Falling on the old buttocks here, people. Alright, where should I go with this? I have no idea. I don't know. Campaign review. Let me jump right into that campaign updates. I only got one. I only have the one out here. There is Uncle E. Man, that was... I watched a little bit. We're not going to do a reverse trash cast tonight. I don't care how many people want. Like Matt Barr? What is this? Like the D-list of celebrities that were... Okay. I understand Yellow Flash. Okay, Eric July. Okay, I get that. Let's take out... Matt Barr, for some reason. He's got a head wound, people, for crying out loud. Oh, that was sad last night. So, poor Uncle E. Begging anybody that would. Number one, I had no idea, people. I had no idea there was another Cyberfrog book coming out in a couple weeks. Dark Harvest, I think it's supposed to be between number 2 and number 3. And, apparently that was coming. I had no idea because of all this trash cast stuff. So, you know, if you wonder why he's not getting a whole lot of clicks out there, it's probably because people just kind of tuned out and are not paying attention. But yeah, very desperate to get some movement last night. It looks like maybe he made a couple $100 or something like that. Good for him. Listen, by all means, go check out Cyberfrog 3. I'm sure it's going to be a good book. I'm not saying anything bad about the book. I just thought it was kind of okay, we got to talk about Matt Barr. What are we going to do? Quick, eBay sale. That's what we're going to do. Quick, we need something here. Anything. So anyways, 805,709. But we actually have from, if I can find where why does this get, what the heck is going on here, man? I don't know what's going on here, man. It's gonna be one of these shows, P-Money. Oh, thank goodness. Gosh, maybe do a once in a blue moon, do a react video. No, this isn't gonna be it's not gonna be a oftentimes thing. That's gonna be every once in a while, if ever again. So we'll check it out here. But from Shane Davis, people. That's right, Bear is a professional. I could have said shaved anus, but I'm saying Shane Davis instead. He says, hey there, Nine Lives Comics crew. Now we're getting better. It's not... Hey, all right, woohoo! Crank it up to 11, folks. You got a little bit more professionalism, Shane. Good on you, man. Good on you. Get ready for an electrifying ride. Jaw-dropping trailer for upcoming Annatomic graphic novel is here. Dive into the action and watch it on YouTube. Well, let's check it out, people. Let's check out what the heck is going on here. Let's bring it up. Thing with the thing. Oh, hold on. Hold on just a second. Nope. Hold on. God dang it. Hold on. There we go. Okay, hold on just a second, because I've got to bring the audio in here. 1 second, people. Do the thing with the thing here. Talk amongst yourselves. All that good stuff. La-da-da. Dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Where are my headphones at? Am I still on? Yes, I'm still on, but I gotta turn up the audio for the other thing. No. Alright, let's check it out here, people. If we can. Alright, Shane Davis, Annatomic graphic novel trailer. Let's go here, people. There we go. Can we see that? I think we can see that.
If fighting was a god, I would worship him.
Dane Shavis, says people. Dane Shavis. Ow, that looks like it hurts.
I would bow to him. I would pray for victory.
Looks like some sort of, I'm guessing Photoshop where they're kind of doing some of this, the movement on here. That looks pretty good.
Grants opportunities.
It's alright. But again, it's like foxy boxing. I don't know how interesting that's going to be. There's what's-his-face.
And the devil wants me to take a dive.
Why they still have money in, like, the post-apocalypse, I don't know.
My name is Annatomic.
Okay.
And this is how my legend was made.
What legend? All we know is your hoo-ha, that's it. For crying out loud. Anyways, there you go, people. There is the Annatomic graphic novel. If you want to go check that out, people, there you are. There you go. So, very interesting. Let's check it out. Let's see what she has to say. He has to say. Somebody has to say something here. What's going on with her arm? What's the deal with that? Pardon me here, people. It's something I just noticed. There is something. Hold on. Hold on. It's way too long, right? That arm is way... I know you're supposed to be looking at her boobs or maybe her butt or something like that. I'm looking at her arm. What the heck's going on there, man? Why am I so low? What the heck's going on here? Law! Okay, I can hear myself. I don't know why this is so low. P-Money, am I low? Ruth just came in and says hi. Well, hello, Mrs. P-Money. And said, oh, he's actually doing bear stuff, not fighting Santa Claus on Tubman tonight. No, not tonight. I said, sure, if campaign reviews and swimsuits on the beach are bears' things. They are. They are, people. They are. I like all of that. Swimsuits, beaches, bears, all that good stuff, man. But I'm looking at this arm, man. What the heck? Okay, hold on. You're fine. Yeah, I know I got the echo. Okay, there we go. Turn that down. That's because I've got the... Hold on, let me... Hold on. Maybe that's why it's so low. Here, I gotta change it up here. Professional show, Bear! Crying out loud. Gotta get the other headphones on so I can hear myself. Law? Why is this not working? Gosh dang it, Bear, for one of these days. Professional show, I can see that I'm saying something, I just can't hear it. Come on. Just gonna vamp for just a second until I can double check, make sure that I can hear myself. There we go. Yes, finally, people, we are on a professional show. What the heck's going on with her arm? That's what I'm asking. It is way too long, and it's kind of like turned. Like, she's going backwards, but the forearm is... that is just not natural, man. That's not natural. But, anyways, whatever. Who am I to judge the great Dane Chavis out here? Sign up for Annatomic pre-launch now, people! And score an exclusive lenticular card with any secret any secret tier purchase, people. Man, oh man. Let's take a drink and try that again. Alright, it's fine, I'm zoomed in on a certain spot. I see no arm, says Peabody. Well, great. Oh, let's see. Where the heck? Alright, come on, man. Get it together here, Beer. Let's see. Where was I? Score an exclusive lenticular card. Any secret purchase. Yada, yada, yada. People, you know how to do it. You don't need me to tell you how to do it. You can go check out his 9 Lives comic. It is down in the description if you want to go check it out. I mean, sure, if you like it, if you enjoy it, I don't know if she's like a full character to kind of build a book around. I could be wrong. Again, they go with the no-holds-barred tale that peels back the layers of her origins, navigates the chaotic maze of this electric city, and squares off against cold-blooded crime syndicates running the show. That should have been book 2. Or at least half of book 2, maybe a little bit of book. That would have been interesting. Bring the focus, bring the stakes down to more of a pedestrian level, for a little bit, and then bring your monsters back in. Do that. Don't just rush out, do the monster fighting, and then bigger monsters, and then I guess bigger monsters on top of that. Scale, Shane, you just gotta work on scale a little bit, but that is Bear's opinion on, that is just a weird arm, man. That's just a weird arm. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you other than that just does not look right at all, man. Like it's way too long and it's turned around to a certain degree. So, I don't know, man. Anyways, there you are, people. There is our campaign update for the evening, people. If you want to go check out Shane Davis's stuff, go check it out. It is in the description if you so want to, people. Yes, indeed. Alright, let me get back to it here, people. So we've got some interesting news here for you good folks. Let me bring you in and the news as well. Why the hell are they still calling it Thunderbolts asterisk marks? It's supposed to be the new Avengers. They were supposed to do some great marketing where they were going to name it one thing, and then when it came out and everybody saw the movie, they were going to change the name. It's like, oh, it's an Avengers movie. Mainly because there was supposed to be an Avengers movie at this time period, but the one that they were supposed to shoot got canceled. The one with Kang. Oh, what's his face? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors ended up going to jail or something like that, so they couldn't really, the shooting schedule in jail is pretty hard to get around. So, they ended up canceling that movie. I forget the name of it. Avengers something or another. They decided, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Quick, Florence Pugh! Yeah, you're an Avenger, right? Okay, sure. And then the way they go. So, coming up with $35 million for the second weekend. Some people might say that's good. Some people might say, eh. Some people might say it's bad. I'm gonna say it's okay. It's alright. Let's check it out. From Anthony D'Alessandro over at Deadline, people. They say after a Friday update, Disney and Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts asterisk mark is currently playing a bit ahead of Shang-Chi. I don't know if that is... I don't know if that is where you want to be comparing. Hey, we're slightly ahead of Shang-Chi. Oh, okay, alright. With $9 million on Friday and a weekend of around, they estimate, $35 million. 53% off from last weekend, which is average. I would say that would be average. Probably not a whole lot of word of mouth. I'm supposing here they were trying to do Thunderbolts asterisk marks, and then everybody's gonna find out they're Avengers. The people that didn't see the movie were like, oh, it's an Avengers movie, I gotta go see that. So I'm not sure if that really worked out the best here for Disney, 53%. That second weekend is 8th best amongst all MCU titles across 36, good God, releases. And I will get the Florence Pugh, Russell, Wyatt Russell, and Sebastian Stan Marvel Ensemble past 130 million by Sunday. I think it cost 150 or so to make, so hey, it'll make money. It'll make money, but when your comparison is Gary Shipman's favorite movie of all time, that would be Shang-Chi and the Legend of not 9, but 10 Rings. Okay, so they did 34, they're saying 35 estimates. So probably in the same ballpark there. In the same ballpark. Let's check it out here, people. Thunderbolts, asterisk marks. That's still a whole lot of theaters, people. Holy cow, that is about 1,000 more than Sinners. I bet you, I don't know if this was, I don't think Thunderbolts was shot on IMAX. They might be taking over some of the IMAX theaters out there. I know Sinners had it for a while, but I think maybe they came back from that a little bit. But not bad. Not bad. 9 million, 3-day 35 million. They're saying 53%. And 103 million so far. So not bad. Sinners, man, they're doing really well. Week 4, this is what you would want to see with a word-of-mouth movie. Again, compare the difference here. 53% to 32%. So, Sinners, a lot of good word of mouth. People are talking about it, and or going back a second or third time. So, good on them, man. Good on them. And their only other competition is from Warner Brothers themselves, Minecraft. Almost $500 million, people. Almost $500,000. Of course, they had about $500 million worth of damage in a lot of the theaters. So, I think it's a little bit of a wash out there. Just slightly washing out with the chicken jockey. B-Mice says, let's see, adjust green screen Jonathan Major's cell. There you go. That's not a bad idea, man. I'm Kang. Hey, Kang, why can't you move very far? Listen, shut up. I'm here in my galactic cell, but I'm controlling the universe from my galactic cell. Somebody asked P Money recently if I find Florence Pugh hot. That would be her in the blonde. Florence Pugh hot. I would if I was on a desert island, maybe, but in a large crowd, no, she would not stand out. Listen, I mean, she's not ugly or anything. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a fine supporting actress. I think she does great in a supporting role. People keep trying to put her into like main starring roles, and that's not what she's built for. That's not really her sort of acting credentials. Listen, listen. I'll be honest with you, people. I'm still ticked off at Florence Pugh in that one Midsummer movie where she lights her boyfriend on fire dressed in a bear costume. What the heck, man? What the heck's going on there? I have no idea. So I think she's a little bit nuts upstairs, but that's just beer. I don't know. Maybe that was just the movie, but there you go. She's okay. Listen, all right. The whole crew here, the whole crew. It's like D-list. Well, I shouldn't say she's D-list, but C-list. C-list. I have no idea who the bearded guy is. Who is? Let's see. Hannah John Kamen. I have no idea. None whatsoever. I know they have Olga Kurenko in there, which is great, but she's not in any of the promotional stuff, so, whatever, man. I got Count 2 from Amazon. Actually, by the way, they are pretty close in the theater count here. 35, 34 here. So, basically 2, 3, and 4 are essentially neck and neck here. Let's see. Sinners really well on Friday. Minecraft and Accountant 2, pretty close. Pretty close there, not bad. By the way, Accountant 2 is an Amazon one, so it's going to go into Amazon Prime here not too long from now. Clown in a cornfield? What? Huh? Okay, well, there's a Clown in the Cornfield movie. It made $4 million. Okay. A fight or flight? I have no idea. I don't even know what studio that is. Fight or flight? Let's see. 48% definitely recommend, which is okay, but the second best of the new bunch here this weekend. Okay. Well, it doesn't even tell you what it is. I have no idea what it is. Shadow Force? None whatsoever. I have no idea what this is. The Kerry Washington Omar Sy Lionsgate action pick. Kerry Washington? In an action movie? Are you sure? Are you sure about that, Lionsgate? Are we sure we want to put Kerry Washington in again? Like another one of these movies where it's like, we're gonna make Kerry Washington a big movie star. And it's like, yeah, but she made $720,000 on a Friday. Yeah, I don't even know what it's about, man. I have no idea. Well, clowns are creepy. That's true. Getting lost in a cornfield can be creepy. True. Why not combine the two and make it super creepy? Yeah, but like, okay, but like, $2 million creepy? $4 million? I mean, I have no idea anything about this movie other than. Listen, Bear is not a horror fan, okay? I'm not. I never have been into the. I know a lot of people are. It's fine. I have nothing against that. But listen, Bear lives in the woods. I'm scared all the time, people. There's hunters left and right that can take Bear out. I don't need to go. I need to go to no theater to be scared. So, yeah, horror movies, I don't know. I just feel like everything is a horror. If it's not like either an action movie, a superhero movie, um, maybe on the rare occasions either a romance or comedy movie. It's like again, I would say Sinners would be a horror movie. I would say Sinners is a horror movie. So yeah, it just seems like everything's horror. Anything below a certain budget is just straight horror because that's all people know, and I guess all that people go to. So, whatever. Until Dawn, oh, Amateur still hanging in there. King of Kings, not bad. $60 million for 5 weeks, $10 million a week, not bad. For a Easter movie, not bad. I don't know what happened to the other one, the animated one. Wait, no, this is the animated one. This is the animated. What was the other one? The Chosen. Chosen, where they were having like three movies for the Last Supper. That was a long supper. Long supper. Did you know there was Friendship from A24? No. Did you know that Juliet and Romeo? What? Romeo and oh, for crying out loud. Juliet probably saves Romeo and kicks butt. She's an action lady there. I have no idea, man. $100,000. That's all it made. That's all it made, man. That's all it made. So there you go, people. There is your weekend box office, people. Maybe they put creepy things in a hat, and the first thing we pull is cornfield. Cornfield. Let's put we got all this clown makeup here that we have left over. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Tax credits. We get a tax credit in Iowa, so let's make a movie from Iowa with a clown in a cornfield, and I don't know. Call it a day, I guess. I have no idea what would be the plot of a killer clown in a cornfield. Why wouldn't you just set the cornfield on fire and burn the clown? Well, I don't know. Whatever, people. That's what you got for the weekend. So I'm glad you're here with Bear because oh boy, there's a big draw at the box office this weekend. Holy cow, man! Ay. Oy, people. Well, I had this the last time. We were gonna do it the last time. Got a little carried away with our black dandies out there, so I didn't get a chance to get to it. It is a long article. I don't know if I should go through all of it. Wait a minute, what was that? I don't know if I should go through all of it. What it's really like to face off with a grizzly and live to tell the tale. Rolling Stone, you could have asked Bear. Crying out loud. Of course, once again, clickbait out there. Oh, bears are gonna kill ya. They're gonna kill you, so you better watch out. You might as well just shoot them ahead of time. Go ahead, just shoot them, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nobody will care. I happened to see that. Anyhow, where were we? Trump. El Trumpo is putting tariffs on films, and Hollywood has lost whatever the heck is left of their collective minds. From Variety, Brent Lang out here. They ask how Trump's tariffs could derail the Cannes Film Festival. Okay, how? Okay, how? I was thinking it was a question mark. Like, where was the question? No, they're telling us how. Okay, let's get to it, people. Tom Bernard isn't just lugging his tuxedo with him as he travels to the beautiful southern coast of France for the Cannes Film Festival. The Sony Pictures Classic co-president is also stuffing his suitcase full of jerseys and t-shirts, emblazoned with the logos of Canadian hockey teams. Oh, God. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're getting beat, man. They're getting beat. They got their goalie knocked out by the same guy that knocked out Hagel, for crying out loud. They're like, oh, yeah, go ahead, Bear. Get your team knocked out. Oh, we don't care. Yeah, well, look at you now. Look at you now, Toronto fans. We wouldn't have knocked out your goalie. We would have just scored on your goalie. Not knock him out. Make him puke on the bench. Crying out loud. Anyways, he's got his Toronto Maple Leafs. I want people to know I'm Canadian, not American, says Bernard. I've been going to Cannes since '85. When things aren't going well in the world, I put on my Canadian outfit and tell everybody I'm not American. God forbid. Nah, God forbid. Like many in the indie film business, however, indie? What? Really? For Sony Pictures Classics? That's an indie? Okay. I guess Sony Picture Classics is now an indie film. Okay, sure. However, Bernard makes his living in the U.S. Well, go back home, Canadian. They say that could be a problem because the country has launched a trade war with, well, everyone. And Trump's May 4th bombshell announcement on Truth Social is instituting a 100% tariff on all movies, quote, produced in foreign lands. Should lead to the uncomfortable moments up and down the croissant. They're going to treat us like Teslas, predicts one studio. Isn't that your own people? Who is they? Who the heck? It's not Bear. I'm not going around keying Teslas, for crying out loud. I've seen this. I've seen this where people have bought like a bunch of Teslas and like the really expensive one, like the Plaid and all the other stuff. They're like, I gotta get rid of it. That's losing money. I don't want to be associated with Elon Musk. Well, you were earlier when you bought one. Virtue signaling everywhere, and I was like, I can't be seen in one of those. That's all these people are. It's just status, Peabody. Status. That's all that they care about. You'd figure money. Hey, all these studio producers, they're really interested in money. No, they're not. It's status, really. They could lose money just as long as they're, the belle of the ball, as it were. So, yeah, they're going to treat us like Teslas, for crying out loud. Oy. There's plenty to distract from the geopolitical awkwardness. However, this year's festival will offer a dazzling display of star power. Tom Cruise, 100% American, by the way, last seen at Cannes, gazing up from the steps of the Palais, a fighter jet straight across the sky, an homage of Top Gun Maverick, one of the biggest movies of all time, returns with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I want to go see that one. The film serves as Cruise's farewell to the spy franchise, which uses European cities such as Venice, Paris, and Vienna as backdrops for its biggest set pieces. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Once again, they bury everything. Produced. You produce it here in the United States and then shoot overseas. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Go right ahead. Produce away. Film away, whatever the heck. Just as long as it's produced here. It's fine. If you're producing it in another country, 100% tariff on you, sir. 100%. Let's see. There's Harris Dickinson. I almost said Harley Davidson. And Scarlett Johansson. Who the heck is Harris Dickinson? Hold on one second here, people. Pardon me, his beer gets sidetracked here. Look up Harris Dickinson. Who is Harris Dickinson? An English actor, his career began in British television. Blah, blah, blah. Beach Rats. He played John Paul Getty III in the FX drama series Trust. Okay. Whatever. And Scarlett Johansson, who will walk the red carpet to showcase a different side of themselves. The pair are making their feature directorial debuts. Everybody's gonna go see Urchin from, what's his name, Harris Dickinson, right? I mean, man, oh man, I can't wait. Beating down the doors of the theater. People, where the hell is my Urchin at? And Eleanor the Great, respectively. And Wes Anderson bringing his latest, the Phoenician scheme to Cannes, whatever. The auteur's new ensemble film practically groans under the weight of A-list headlines such as Benicio del Toro, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Riz Ahmed, who? Jeffrey Wright, and alleged perv Tom Hanks. Pulling off a premiere at Cannes is an expensive proposition. Smaller indies with big stars attached will spend in the low six figures for private travel, aka jets. Which aren't they like destroying the earth, by the way? A makeup artist and stylist, as well as security, that climbs past $1 million for an ensemble cast in a studio picture like Mission Impossible. That's not a freaking small indie. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning Part 2 is not a small indie. That's a $300 million film. It's a check most are willing to write as Cannes' status as a tastemaker. Was reaffirmed after it hosted recent Oscar contenders like Amelia Perez. Really? That's what you're gonna go with? Yeah, hey people, we need to go to Cannes because look, Amelia Perez. Oh, okay. And last year's Best Picture winner, Anora. Which, by the way, after they put in the Best Picture for Anora after it won all the Academy Awards, they put it back into the theaters for like a week or two and it made like 10 grand. It didn't make a whole lot of money, that Anora. It's about a whore. It's a film about a whore. Didn't make a whole lot of money out there. Although that would be fascinating, says Peabody, watching Bear Key Cars. I bet that he might get into cell with Jonathan Majors. Yeah, gotta watch out for that. Man. Cannes marks the start of the awards race. Who cares? Who the hell cares? Nobody watches the awards. Nobody watches this. The biggest winner last year released into the theater, it made like 20 grand in the theater. It didn't make any money. Didn't make any money at all. They're like, oh, look, I'm an awards winner. It's the perfect for launching a film because it's hard to find many other festivals where you have the attention of the global media focused on one place. Despite all the glamour that makes Cannes such a singular experience, there's a palpable anxiety as the festival gets ready to kick off for its 78th edition. Pardon me. Many executives fear that Trump's tariffs will jeopardize their business. Well, if you make a movie overseas, you try and bring it to the United States to showcase here, you're going to get a tariff. That's it. If you finance it in the United States and film it in France, go right ahead. Not a problem. Away you go. Not an issue. There's widespread confusion about how the tariffs on foreign-made films would be administered. I just told you, if you made it in France, it's fine. If you produce it in France, you got the tariffs. If they do go into effect, they threaten to unravel a network. Here we go, people. Here we go. Of foreign subsidies that studios and indies rely on to finance their movies. The broader tariffs already have the potential to drive up production costs as materials for sets and costumes shipped from countries like China are heavily taxed. Well, again, if you're in France and the stuff is imported from China into France, it's whatever tariff that France puts onto China. It's not the United States. They have no idea what they're doing here. So, as you can see, foreign subsidies. That's what we're talking about. Foreign subsidies. So, France. I'm picking on France. England, whatever. They want you to come spend all your money in France. Let's say you're making a movie and you want it to be having it set in Los Angeles, right? But they say, hey, there's foreign subsidies in Vancouver. Used to be the big one. Whole lot of stuff in Vancouver. So let's shoot our LA-based movie in Vancouver. It's a lot cheaper, and we're gonna get a tax subsidy on it. And man, oh man, we're gonna screw the workers over there in the U.S. By the way, people, bitch and complain about, Hollywood movies and all this other stuff. There's a lot of people that work below the line. In other words, they're not the main actors or the main producers or stuff like that. Your set designers, your makeup artists, yada yada yada. It goes down the line. Camera people, sound people, that sort of stuff. So now that they either have to rent or maybe purchase a second apartment or home in the second city in a foreign country to be able to make the movie that the studio wanted to save money on. So the people below the line are actually spending more money to go up to wherever or overseas for like 6-8 months to make the movie so the studio can save that money and put it straight into their pockets. So what they're saying is, hey, instead of doing that, film it in LA where the people are and they don't have to get a second friggin' house to go do anything with. It'll stay in LA or California. All of the profits and every taxes and all that stuff, that'll stay here in the US, in California and LA. And that's good. If it's not, if it's subsidized foreign France, Canada, whatever, it's gonna get tariffs. So the idea is to bring the production back here in the U.S. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you see people lose their flippin' minds over this because you're taking away that free money. Free money. That's you look at all these like champagne socialists and you're thinking, man, they're really in for the cause. DEI or the Black Lives Matter or whatever. No, they don't care one bit. It's all about status, and if they can, keeping a lot of that money. That's all that they care about. Let's see if interest rates, blah 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 blah, oh the declining dollar, oh the crying, oh it keeps going. That's nothing to say over the spillover effects from the tariffs, such as the we don't just. Tariffs are the preeminent macroeconomic thing happening right now. There's so much shifting that it's hard to know what it's gonna be like from 3 to 4 months later on the next year, said Glenn Basser, founder of Film Nation. The only thing you can do is pay attention and iterate as you go. Or, hey, Glenn Bassner from Film Nation, that's not the only thing you can do. You can do one other thing. You'd say, hey, I'm not going to take production money from overseas. I'm going to try and find it here. You don't have anything to worry about. You're fine. You're cool. Some dude from France's National Film Board said the Trump administration's positions are creating a great deal of unease in Europe. Oh my God, no, not Europe. Oh, the unease. Why? We want films made in the U.S., that's why. In the film focus tariffs going forward, he predicts that everyone would lose out, everyone, including you, in the U.S., Europe, and France in particular, major marks for American works. Well, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Thunderbolts, exclamation point. Unless France has a tariff on U.S. made films, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You'd still see films in France from the U.S. There's nothing wrong with that. Sarah LaBouche. Man, they are trying to find anybody and everybody. Senior Vice President by the way, Senior Vice President is like a nobody. There's like 50 Senior Vice Presidents at Protagonist Pictures? What? Who? I doesn't think that buyers will turn away from American films in protest. She's cautiously optimistic that the best stories will find distribution around the world regardless of where they're made. Doesn't matter where they're made, you dumb moron. It matters where they're financed from, for crying out loud. It's in like the third or fourth paragraph of your stupid article. We haven't seen any political motivated decisions about film coming from certain territories. For distributions, it's more about the strength of the package, heyo, or the finished film. Yeah, good films are gonna find a home. Yeah, not a problem. If the world tips into recession, international borders won't be enough to withstand the economic pain. Here we go, the doom and gloom. Everybody will be impacted. What will that mean for cinema? Movies will continue to be affordable forms of entertainment. They are? Really? Have you been to the theater lately? A ticket to the latest blockbuster costs a fraction of what people spend to go to a concert hall or a ball game. That's what you're comparing it to? A concert, how many people are going? I'm assuming rock concert. Tay-Tay, probably. Ball game. Yeah, you're paying a premium to go see live sports. Yeah, of course. A ticket to the latest blockbuster for a family of 4 with popcorn is, 65 bucks. That's not affordable. Movies are not affordable when the price for a nice television and a nice sound system and a streaming service is considerably less, and you don't gotta worry about sticky floors and loud kids and all that other stuff. So no. Let's see. Now they're changing the rules that you can't vote for a movie for Oscars unless you watched it. Oh, it's worse than that, P-Money. I was like, haven't they been watching the movies they vote for? Okay, a couple things on that. One, they've changed the rules in the past couple years. So there used to be, I think, if Bill remembers correctly, it used to be like five or six, let's just say best picture. Like 5 or 6. A couple years back, they changed it to, I think, 10 or 12. They expanded it quite a bit, okay? So now instead of watching like 5 or 6 films, you gotta watch 10 or 12. Now, there's iterations to that, because you could have a best picture film that also has, let's just say, best sound or best score, right? But you could also have films that aren't best picture that also have, let's say, best score in there, for example. So now not only are you watching 10 or 12 films, you're watching iterations of that, 20, 50, 100 films. So you might not be able to watch everything. Number 2, so for example, Adora, whatever the hell the horror movie is called, not the horror movie, the horror movie. They put in something where you had to have something like 50% representation between male and female, either on the screen or behind the screen, or representation of a certain percent of minorities. So you would have, if you're all white cast movie film, let's just say, and you're trying to film 1200 France, a medieval film. Your 1200s in France either has to have a lot of black people in there for some reason, or it has to be filmed by, a majority black, or let's just say a minority cast. That is what is in consideration for the Oscars. So all the movies that are out there, it's really narrowed down to only a certain select till you get, your horror movies. Not horror movies, horror movies. Horror movies out there. So yeah, they've been changing a lot, P-Money. They've been changing a lot. Anyways, yeah, they're trying to say, oh yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap. No, it's not. What I think will always be true is people like going to the movies if there's good S out there. Why are you calling your great movies S, for crying out loud? Scott Schumann, head of the ISC Entertainment Group. Movies are still cheaper than a family vacation or a fancy meal. I don't know. Are they? I would say a fancy meal might slightly be more than taking a family of four out to the movie theater. I mean, once you count parking, gas, movie tickets, popcorn, drinks, maybe some candy to go along with it. Uh, maybe you gotta pay for a babysitter as well. No, no, they're not really good value proposition. No, not at all. You dumb, you know what? Oh, when the pandemic subsided, older adults who once bought tickets to more offbeat original films didn't come back because they're dead. They all died from the Wu flu. As younger moviegoers, but in the past year or so, independent studios scored big hits. Name one. In some cases, they've been shaking up their slates in favor of more genre fare and less Oscar bait because nobody watches the Oscars. That worked with Late Night with the Devil, who, and Longlegs, horror film, not horror films that were released by IC and Neon, and were embraced by audiences. Other dramas like comedies, I would say horror films like Aurora, Conclave, and The Brutalist. You're gonna go with The Brutalist? Also ranked impressive grosses. No, they didn't. Conclave? No, they didn't. Proving that there is still an audience for the kind of auteur-directed projects that Con embraces, particularly if they're offering something distinctive from the generic action films and comic book movies that major studios produce. Yeah, you've seen so many more independent movies break through in significant ways in theatrics. Bassner says they were challenging movies that excited audience. What that says to me is we need to stop worrying about what the holy cow, really? What that says to me is we need to stop worrying about what the audience is asking for and focus more on supporting what the filmmaker's vision is. That's a great pathway to success. Oh, spell it out, dude. Spell it out, Bassner. Let's go. Oh, man, I want this on your tombstone. Holy cow. This is something. What this says to me says one of the people in the biz out here, high up. What this says to me is we need to stop worrying about what you dopes in the audience are asking for. Screw that. We're going to focus more on supporting our auteur filmmakers. And that's a pathway to success. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ask Mickey13 how they're doing. Oh, when they're not attending premieres for their films or watching other movies to scout for talent, they hope to work with executives like Bassner spend their time with a mountain of cocaine and hookers. Spend their time at cons meeting distributors and sales agents from around the world in cafes and hotel bars. The film industry is a relationship business. These connections are forged over years, spent journeying from one festival to another, checking in with a global network of business people and creative talents to assess the health of the art form they love. That's a long sentence. Many executives believe that these ties are strong enough to withstand the cultural tension triggered by the Trump administration's actions. Boo Trump! Moreover, Hollywood's liberal politics diverge from those of the president. No way! No way. You think? You think? Huh. Which executives thinks gives them cover? Oh, sure. Sure. I get a sense early on in the market if there's any sort of hostility. Maybe I'm just being optimistic. But I think the spirit of our conversation may be one of the more conversation giving the political leanings of most of the American film business rather than a sense of blame. That's the problem, you idiots. That's the problem. Giving the political leanings of most of the American film business. That's because you're all in lockstep like a bunch of goose steppers out there, for crying out loud. Charles Gilbert, a French producer. Good God, how many people did they bring in? We'll be at cons with Kristen Stewart's directorial debut, the chronological. Oh my God, that really. That Kristen Stewart, let's bring a lesbian in to film about water. Yay. And Jim Jarmusch, good God, he's still alive? Jim Jarmusch, still around. Still hanging in there. He's going to have I'm going to assume father, mother, brother, sister is going to be in black and white. It's gonna be in like ancient Sumerian, and it's gonna be shot on like 16 millimeter. That's gonna be Jim Jarmusch right there. And he plans on keep collaborating with American talent because that's what matters. Is not the nationality, it's the world view, people. Even though Hollywood may not be ideologically aligned with Trump, many celebrities and executives have opted to keep their objections to themselves, as his quote second term kicks off. Perhaps fearfully the career fallout they could suffer, Gilbert was surprised to see that, quote, some reactions in the industry in the United States to recent events are rather timid. Trump's return to power and his willingness to use it to punish enemies had a chilling effect. Really? And Biden was just Mr. Nice Guy, right? I mean, you send the feds into Mar-a-Lago and go through Melania's underwear drawer. Yeah, that's not going to have a chilling effect. Nah, not at all. Taking off the Secret Service to go help your wife out while, the former current president is in a field in Ohio to, get shot at from a sloped roof. Don't have no chilling effect, for crying out loud. In 2004, Collins awarded the top prize, the Pendant, to Fahrenheit 9/11 from Big Fat R's Michael Moore's blistering examination of George W. Bush's decision to invade Iraq. Wait a minute, by the way, was it Donald Trump also against the decision to invade Iraq and very, very critical of George W. Bush? Huh? Maybe? I don't know. Probably. Concerning the administration's weaponization of the tools, blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. It goes on, people. It goes on, but they're dumb. Listen, people. They're dumb. I'm just going to say it right now. Oh, hey, Amy. You're a kettle. I'm not a pot. What's going on here? Oh, I am missing a whole lot. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Oh, I missed the beat high bear. Beat high. Bear even. Bear even. Stop focusing on your audience. Yeah, I know, Amy. That was, just put that on that guy's tombstone. I feel like that's not going to sell as many tickets as they think, says Amy. That is the most diplomatic way to say it here. I mean, unless your director is a really cool guy who loves fun movies and doesn't have a pretentious bone in his body. That would be maybe like 5 people in Hollywood, maybe. Literally, that is literally the needle in the haystack. You're going to spend a lot of time trying to find that person out there. You're going to have a hard time finding that person. I shouldn't say that. There probably are a lot more people out there that are middle of the road that just espouse some of this crazy wackadoodle stuff just to stay in the business and stay employed. I would say a good majority of the people out there are, well-informed, normal, middle-of-the-road folks who probably are just aghast at all the craziness that the woke, again, the sort of top of the line and below the line, right? It's funny that these people come out and say, "Oh, you gotta pay your fair share of the taxes out there," when they're the ones going around to find either different states in the United States, Georgia's an example, Louisiana for a time, I think North Carolina for a time. There's been a couple others that offer tax breaks or even tax incentives to come film in their states. Or in this case, if they're going overseas, and that's what the article's kind of talking about, even though they kind of went sideways on it just to kind of bash Trump out there. What they're doing is, instead of leaving the California's in New York, high tax state, but hey, it's going for the children and the poors. So, all these people that can afford those taxes and helping out the kids and the poors out there, they're taking away that tax base to another state or to another country entirely, another continent. They're keeping that money for themselves. They're not actually reinvesting that, or if they do, it's a very small amount. So all the people that are saying, hey, pay your fair share, are not the ones that are paying their fair share at all. We talk about hypocritical. And God forbid, if you actually go after that free money that they're already getting, they're squealing like a stuck pig out here, because that's free money. One of the secrets that people don't understand about producers in Hollywood, you figure, okay, you're big time producers out here. You know, whatever the case may be. Joel Silver, for example, from way back. You figure, oh, okay, Joel Silver's coming out with a great new Matrix 5 movie or whatever. You know, so you see the budget on there, you know, $100 million or whatever it is. And you're like, oh, wow, Joel Silver, he's executive producing this movie. He's got to be, you know, $10 million, $20 million in it. He might be, but it's not his own money. That's the secret, people. As a really good producer, you don't put your own money into it. You put in other people's money into it. So they're not even playing with their own money. But anyways, that's kind of the behind the scenes, little peek behind the curtain here, people, of what's going on in Hollywood and how they're flipping out. Flipping out here, people. So, yes. Anyways, good luck finding that person, Amy. Good luck finding that person. Mrs. Money is good. All right. There we go. A Mother's Day gift. Well, I hope so. I hope they got a good gift for Mom out there. Filmmakers saying the Trump administration was being hard on political adversaries. Yeah, I know. Pot and kettle. There we go. Amy's kettle pot talk makes me think I'm a little teapot, says P Money. Very interesting. Well, we go from that, people, as we smoothly transition from tariff talks and international trade relations onto Tay-Tay, people. We gotta talk about Taylor Swift. That's right, a Taylor Swift update. And I told you, people, if you listen to Bear, you would be ahead of the curve here. You'd be ahead of Brianna Bell over here at page 6. Taylor Swift has officially, people, been subpoenaed as a witness in the Blake Lively, Justin Badoli drama war that's been going on for ages. For ages. Bear's ex? Yes. Yeah, that's right. The good old, the beautiful, the lovely, where is it here? The lovely Tay-Tay. Where is she? There we go. There is the lovely Taylor Swift out here, people. Yes, it is. She is being, gonna be deposed, people. Taylor Swift has officially been subpoenaed as a witness. Badoli's attorney, Brian Friedman, subpoenaed the cruel summer songstress on Friday to testify in their upcoming trial, scheduled for March 2026. Good God, we got another year of this? Oh, for crying out loud. A spokesperson for the pop star blasted the subpoena in a statement to page 6. Taylor Swift never set foot on the movie, said she was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see it with us until weeks after its public release. And was traveling around the globe during 23 and 24, headlining the biggest tour in history. Man, oh man, that spokesperson, they earned their keep for today. That is a great statement. That is a great statement, people. The connection Taylor had to this film was permitting the use of one song, My Dear Ricochet. The statement continued. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did, this document subpoena is designed to use Tay-Tay's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. Wait, what? You mean to tell me that I'm doing this story and showing some nice dresses of Taylor Swift just for clicks and interest on the interwebs? Oh, is that what you're saying? Well, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's definitely not wrong. In the legal docs, he alleges a lively 37 weaponized her friendship with Swift in an attempt to take control of the 2024 film's production. The Jane the Virgin alum, 41, holy moly, claimed in a complaint obtained by Page 6 that one of Lively's famous and famously close friends praised one of Lively's scripts rewrites regarding the rooftop scene that we're all aware of when he was invited to her and Reynolds' New York City penthouse. Though they did not name the Grammy winner explicitly, he referenced her in a text about the evening. So we're going to find all about that. All about what's going on with all this drama. There is Wolverine and Deadpool. There we go. We got a great out of focus shot here of all of them. Looking good. Looking at one of the Super Bowls, I guess. I'm not sure, but there you go, people. There we are. All out of focus. All out of focus, man. Will Taylor Swift break out in song on the stand? That'd be great. She could sing a song called I Plead the Fifth. I plead the fifth. Well, I don't know. She's not really an R&B singer, but you get the idea. Welcome all Swifties to Bear Channel. If enough of you come, he'll name one of his cities and civilization after Taylor. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I like that. I like that. No, I got it, P-Money. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying out here. I'm using this for clickbait, people. Obviously. Obviously, come on! I mean, listen, I could talk all about our romantic endeavors for like 12 minutes that we were together. So, yes, indeed, I've got plenty of story. A lot of people say stories. I don't have stories. I just have A1. That might be a useful song for a lot of celebrities to know, Sissy. There you go. There you go. I like that. I like that very much. Yes, indeed. All right, clickbait time. Going from one clickbait to another here, people. Mexico is suing Google. We are, man, oh man, we have went from a comics channel to a movie channel and now a legal channel here of Bear's channel. It is a wide range, people, a wide range, a variety, some might say. There we go, might say. I got the burps here. Mexico is suing Google for changing the Gulf of Mexico to its rightful name, the Gulf of America, P-Money, after Trump's order. There we go, there it is, right there. They X'd it out, Gulf of America, let's see, from Landon Millen. Really? Landon Millen? He looks like he's 12 years old, but okay. Well, good on you, kid. Good on you. Mexico has filed a lawsuit against Google after it changed the label for the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America on its Maps platform to match U.S. President Donald Trump's executive order to amend the name of the body of water Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum announced on Friday. Is that even a Mexican name? Yeah, we'll go with it. Sheinbaum said in a press briefing that the lawsuit had been filed against the tech giant without providing additional. How do you sue Google over a name? How does that even work, lady? I'm not even sure how that goes. By the way, do you sue in American court or do you sue in Mexican court? Oh, we are going to wait. We are obviously observing what this would mean from the perspective of legal advice, but we hope that they would make a revision, said the president of Mexico. Mexico's Foreign Relations Ministry has also previously sent letters to Google urging it not to relabel the oceanic basin the Gulf of America, people. Trump signed an order back in his first day in the White House to rename the northern part of the Gulf to the Gulf of America. The body of water has shared borders between the United States and Mexico. And Trump's order only carries authority within the U.S. until we get done invading Canada and send our armies south. Then it'll be called the Gulf of America for sure. Mexico has argued that the Gulf of America label should only apply to the parts over the U.S. continental shelf. The U.S. has controlled about 46% of the Gulf, while Mexico controls about 49%. Cuba controls 5%. Well, we'll just take over Cuba. I guess one could say that Mexico could build a wall to keep out all of the American water out of the Gulf of Mexico's waters instead of being illegal alien waterways coming into Mexico. One might say. I mean, that would be a bad thing. You need to build that wall pretty high, though. Make sure that water isn't going to get into Mexico. That'd be bad. We might even have water coming in from around the world going into Mexico. I mean, just, they just let it go. They let it go through. They're not even checking. They're just saying, here, come on. They might even give them that water like credit cards and whatnot. And come on, they'll let that water stay in 5-star hotels, in Mexico City or whatnot. And like, hey, where'd all this water come from? Why are we paying for all this water to stay in our hotel rooms? Well, listen, don't be a racist. Don't be racist against water, Mexico. What Google is doing here is changing the name of the continental shelf of Mexico. Does Mexico even have a submarine to find where the continental shelf is, for crying out loud? The Gulf appears in Google Maps as the Gulf of America within the U.S. Well, actually, it looks like it's part of all of it here. There you go. All of it. There we go. And make Cuba pay for the wall. That's right. Make Cuba pay for the wall. Swifties out there, Bear will call it the Gulf of Taylor. Let's get those views up, people. Let's get them views up. Well, I don't know. A lot. Taylor Swift was she was a Camilla Harris supporter. Apparently her cat, too. I don't know if the cat voted for Kamala Harris or not, but, yeah, she was not a big fan of El Trumpo. Cuba, a wall between Cuba. Why not? Why not? We got all that water washing ashore from Cuba as well. We might as well build the wall there. Build the old wall between Mexico and the United States and the Gulf of America, people. Gulf of America. Well, I've probably told you before, people, we are switching gears. This is like a Ferrari, people. We're going first, second, third, fourth, fifth. We're switching gears like crazy here, people. But I probably told you before. That Bear Almost, very close, the kind of variety show now, very wide-ranging, but Bear Almost exclusively had this show as a tech review show. That's right, people. So always try to keep an eye out for the latest tech news out there, people. Well, I've got breaking news, people. Apple is coming out with a new platform, people. With a new platform, and we gotta check this out, people. So I've got to do my little tech update here, people, for you good folks out there. So just gotta stick with Bear here for just a moment. Just a moment as we talk about Apple's homeOS. Apple's homeOS platform is coming. All the rumors you need to know about Apple homeOS. This is from Apple Insider and Andrew O'Hay. Here we go. Apple is rumored to be on the precipice of releasing a new software platform to control your entire home, people. Here's what's been rumored about homeOS. Spawned from a common core, Apple has been creating branches of its operating systems for its hardware for years. There's WatchOS, there's Apple Watch, there's the OS for the iPhone, and the O's for the iPad as well. But rumors about homeOS have been circulating for years at this point. There have been references within Apple's code that points to a new software platform, either as a wholly new addition or as a replacement for some of its existing one. Blah. So far, it looks like the latest fork is called homeOS. There's a fork in those homeOS, and to date, no product uses this software. This is what the rumors have told us so far, and when we may see it revealed. So they ask, what is homeOS? Apple's homeOS has remained unofficial, though that seems poised to change in the not-too-distant future. It's rumored to be the operating system for Apple's upcoming smart home display. This iPad speaker combo device is set to launch later in 25, though the release has been in flux. Can be further delayed because of Apple's ongoing Siri turmoil. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. I didn't know Apple swung that way, says people. Don't fall far from the tree. Like Apple's HomePod and software, homeOS is based off of Apple's TiVo's platform. We could presumably infer some of what the homeOS interface will look like because of that. But it goes on, people. I'm not going to bore you. It's homeOS. Who the hell came up with homeOS? homeOS. The home. What do you got in your home? Oh, a bunch of homos. Oh, wow, he's got the homos. Okay. All right. And nobody caught it. I'm looking at the chat down here in the comments. Nobody's like, hey, wait a minute. This might not be the best name for this OS that we're putting out. No. My credit card's ready. Oh, give it to me. I'm reading the article. I'm like, homo? Seriously? That's what we're gonna go with? I'm sorry, people. Bear had to have. I had to have a little bit of fun with this. I was almost. Bear was like literally this close, B-Money. I'm literally this close to doing the Black Dandies, like a part 2, and then doing this story and just straight lead into it without any comment. Just going from the Black Dandies to the homos and like. I'm sorry, people. That was all for Bear. I've probably lost all of our Swifties out there, but man, oh man, that was almost worth it, people. That was almost worth it. So this is what Bear's Tech Show would have been like. Maybe possibly. I got a dirty look from my wife as she walked into the room just as Bear said Apple homos. Look, it is. Look, I'm saying the name. It's homeOS, right? I mean, they're trying to force you to say homeOS, right? homeOS, but I can't. Nobody said, hey, wait a minute. This might not be a great idea for a name for a platform that we're trying to come out with. No. Listen, I mean, this goes through multiple layers. It's not like some junior executive came up with this. This is exactly what they wanted. That's what they're gonna get, people. That's what they're gonna get. Oh boy. That was good. I don't know how I could top that. I don't know how I could top. Oh God. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, let me vamp here just 1 second as I talk about how I'm going to possibly top that. Apparently, as I'm multitasking here for just 1 moment here. Did I put it on the other? Please tell me I didn't put it on the other one here. Oh, for crying out loud. If I did, oh well. But I did have one more story here as Bear literally is vamping right now as he tries to find some of the pictures that I'm supposed to bring up here. There we go. There's that. Okay, we got it. Oh, good. Yes. All right. Amy, have you heard of the Colombian restaurant? I'm sure you have heard of the Colombian out there. It's in Ybor City in Tampa. It's in Tampa. They've got a world famous people salad out here called the 1905 salad, and I've got a story here from the Tampa Bay Times. They say how Colombia's 1905 salad became one of Tampa's most iconic dishes, people. There you go. Oh, let's see. Yep, just give Bear a turtleneck and some glasses. There we go. One more thing. Can you get on the homeOS expansion pack, which will be called homeOS... Oh, for crying out loud. I'm not going to go there for crying out loud. The Latin restaurant is now celebrating, people, its 120th year. And it shares its secrets for replicating the Cuban sandwich-ish salad. Oh, Amy is leaving just as I come on. Amy, what I'll do is I'll save this to the next time, because I'm sure you'd be interested in that. So, Amy, good luck with your reading here tonight. I appreciate you coming by. We do appreciate you. She says, look, all of a sudden, Bear's talking about homos, and I gotta get out of here. So I completely understand. completely understand. So thank you so much, Amy, for stopping by. Appreciate that. I did not get to check out the drawn and quartered. So if you did well the other night, congratulations. Congratulations. I just did not. I think I might have been watching something else or something like that. So I apologize. I just did not get to it there, people. But once again, thank you, Amy. Possibly Melissa as well. We gotta thank everybody out here before we head out. I'll do the salad show the next time for you good people. Of course, we've got to thank P-Money and Mrs. P-Money for putting up with all of Bear's shenanigans here, and all of the little P-Monies as well, and all of our Russian bots and lurkers, people. That's right. Bear has been reading the entire time here, so I'm going to get done reading, because all that has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So, until next time, people, grrrr. Okay, night everyone. Have a great weekend.